I want to thank the gentleman for yielding me some time, because I know that you too work hard for our nation's veterans and the men and women that serve in the United States military, so I thank the gentleman from Pennsylvania. Madam Speaker, I rise today to commend and recognize a World War II and Korean War veteran, Colonel Ben Skardon, who was notified last week that he was set to receive the honorary promotion to the rank of Brigadier General. After months of coordination and conversations between my office, the Department of Army, the Department of Defense, Congress, and the family of Colonel Skardon, the Army and the DoD have concurred with my recommendation. In an extremely rare circumstance, approved Colonel Skardon's promotion to the rank of Brigadier General. Now, very few American soldiers ever received this honor in this manner, and it was well reserved on behalf of Colonel Skardon for his brave military service to our country. Now, let me just tell you that Colonel Skardon served in World War II, and he was in the Philippines as commander of Company A of the 92nd Infantry Regiment, the Philippine Army, and led his troops through some of the fiercest days of World War II in the South Pacific. After the surrender of tens of thousands of Filipino and U.S. soldiers to Japanese forces on April 9, 1942, Skardon was forced into the infamous Bataan Death March. 65 miles, Skardon and many others were forced to walk, suffering physical abuse, fatigue, and mental exhaustion of watching the death of many fellow prisoners. Colonel Skardon survived this horrific march because of his perseverance and commitment and his will to live. Skardon's strength and will continued for 1,255 days he spent in Japanese prison as a prisoner of war. He defied all odds, and it was the help of two fellow Clemson University graduates who spoon-fed him and made sure he was safe from Japanese guards. Skardon managed to keep hidden his Clemson ring. And as a Clemson alumni who wears this ring proudly, I understand the sacrifice that he made to keep that hidden. He and his fellow alumni made the tough decision to trade Colonel Skardon's gold Clemson ring in exchange for food and medicine, which ultimately saved his life. With the help of his fellow soldiers, he pawned the ring and recovered. Skardon also survived the sinking of two unmarked hell ships, prisoner of war ships that were transporting POWs to mainland Japan. Two of them, not once, not just one, but two were sunk by the United States military, prison ships. At 24 years old and only 90 pounds, he was finally liberated in Manchuria by Russian units in 1945. After World War II, he went on to serve our nation in the Korean War, retiring with the rank of colonel in 1962. His leadership skills were exemplified by his continued military involvement with the young men and women in ROTC at Clemson that wanted to go on and serve our military. Colonel Skardon would mentor them about what they faced. For all of his valor and endurance and suffering in World War II, he was awarded 2 Silver Stars, 2 Bronze Stars with V for Valor. He was a Purple Heart recipient, a Congressional Gold Medal recipient. When he retired, he continued his life of service as a professor at Clemson University for nearly 20 years. Earned several esteemed citizen and civilian awards, including Clemson Medallion, Clemson University's highest honor, Alumni Distinguished Service Award, the Clemson Alumni Association's highest honor, and from the state of South Carolina, the Order of the Palmetto. His life of perseverance and selfless leadership exemplify what it means not only to be a United States soldier, but a true American hero. Colonel Skardon was informed of the promotion that he received from Colonel to Brigadier General just this weekend. Colonel Skardon was 104 years old. I will say General Skardon was 104 years old. He passed away last night. And working to secure his honorary promotion to Brigadier General is one of the most humbling acts that I've undertaken during my time in Congress. And I have no doubt that divine intervention was responsible for ensuring that he learned of this great honor that our country bestowed upon him before his passing. My thoughts and prayers are with his family and the Clemson community during this time. He'll be deeply missed, but he'll never be forgotten. So, to the family of General Ben Skardon and Ben, Godspeed. We appreciate your service to our great nation. You wore that Clemson ring proudly. Clemson honored you. I honor you today. And I thank you for your service to our great nation. Godspeed. And with that, I yield back to my friend from Pennsylvania, and I thank him once again for yielding me this time to honor this great American. I'll yield back.
Thank you. And thank you, Representative Duncan, for that fine tribute. And Madam Speaker, I ask unanimous consent in harmony with Congressman Duncan that this House observe a moment of silence in honor of the memory of this World War II hero, Colonel Vince Skardon. Thank you, Madam Speaker.